Spencer. Spencer.
What's up, Daryl?
My baby boy. My baby boy. I'm so glad you could join me tonight. It's so good to see you on your stashy face. I just want to slather your nipples in peanut butter and lick it off with my bare fingers.
We in the wrong chat. We in the wrong chat for that one.
You and me together, we could own the world.
We could. We in the wrong chat for that kind of talk.
We are. Or we're in the right chat. I don't know, man. Depends on the crowd at night.
Depends on what you're into.
Yeah, man. Run the fucking intro.
I forgot
Yeah, we have an intro, and I keep hitting the wrong damn button. There we go. Okay, so H&H background. Cool. I got the music at the back.
We got anybody in the chat yet?
Ain't a damn soul, man. But that's all right.
It says we got 3.
Yeah, that's me. Cool. Well, Will was in my stream earlier, so he probably will be by at some point.
You streamed earlier?
Yeah, I was on Twitch earlier for...
I was probably asleep.
Yeah, no big deal, man. We played like a little weird... We played like a little weird like dream game. It was kind of fun.
That sounds legit.
It was a good time. So, well, man, tell me about it. What's your week been like? What's your experience with college football this week been like?
I didn't watch. I don't think I watched any games like at all last weekend.
I wasn't able to.
Yeah, I don't know why. I was just like, whatever, man. And I'm getting to that point of the season where I'm like over it a little bit.
Yeah, you're just like, all right, let's get the championship weekend, please.
Yeah. I'm just like, all right, yeah, let's decide some of these conference races.
Well, I think
all games keep getting canceled because of COVID.
That's exactly right, man. Like half the fun of this.
At this point.
Yeah, I mean, half the fun is like these late season matchups. Like everything right now that's happening has, it's getting tight. Like playoff implications are here. Like they're losable games on big teams' schedules, and it's frustrating because it's like, I want to see some of these games. I want to see Ohio State actually get in there and make themselves undefeated if they're going to do that. I want to see A&M have a good run at the playoff if they want to. I want to see some of these things happen, and we just have to wait on it. And it's frustrating.
We were talking about the other day, A&M may be done.
Well, yeah, I mean, and it's one of those things, right? They still, from what I'm understanding, is they are going to try to reschedule the Ole Miss game to the same weekend as the championship games, like the SEC championship, Big 12 championship, which is a good thing because that is one of those things that could potentially work out in their favor. It might remind the committee, hey, this team is pretty legit too. So assuming A&M does win out going into that game, that puts a lot in their favor.
Conference championship weekend is going to be so weird this year because there's going to be a bunch of teams that don't normally play that weekend who have had to reschedule games because of COVID who are going to be playing games that weekend.
It's just going to be
it's going to be like
weekend.
championship, and then like all these other games sprinkled in.
Yeah, makeup games.
May or may not mean anything, but
no, it's just going to be ugly, man. It's going to be straight up ugly, top to bottom.
Like I think Florida and LSU are tentatively scheduled for that weekend.
I know, right? What the hell?
But Florida's probably going to be in the SEC championship.
Yeah, how does that work out? What would they do?
I don't know. I have no clue.
They got to do a They got to do a doubleheader.
They got to play a doubleheader. Go play 2 games.
Go play the 11 and go play the 6.
Yeah.
Hell, man, I'd be down for that.
They gotta go to Atlanta to play the SEC championship. They gotta fly to Baton Rouge.
No, they wouldn't go to. Well, I guess it's worse taking place.
SEC championship's always in Atlanta.
Yeah. You're right. Man.
Or they just fly back to Gainesville.
This is a college football season unlike any other. From top to bottom, we're expecting, we're expecting what we usually expect is just the full schedule. The only time games get canceled is because of like terrible weather or hurricanes. What the fuck? Did you see that?
I did not.
We just had a thing off of Callie's poster in the background just fall off because of the fan. It freaked me out. I saw it happen over here on the screen, but then I heard it from back there. That was trippy. If I get killed by a ghost on stream, be sure to share this with everybody.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's a weird season.
It is, and we'd like to.
The Big Ten race is getting really interesting. The Big Ten, other than Ohio State and Indiana, sucks this year.
Indiana wants the motherfucking business.
Smoke.
They do. They want it, and I think Indiana's the real deal. To be honest with you,
I do think Indiana's the real deal.
Now, Penn State, as we know, is not the team we thought they were. Which is
they are 0-4. They are over in the win column.
Over.
I think so. I don't think they have a win at all this season.
And I mean, how?
And I was looking at a TikTok or a video earlier where how there's like 5 teams in the Big Ten that the only victories they have are all against each other going in a circle. It's like Michigan has only beat Minnesota. Minnesota has only beat Illinois. Illinois has only beat Rutgers. Rutgers has only beat Michigan State, and Michigan State has only beat Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
They're all like 1-3.
Yeah, man.
1-4.
It's a snake eating its own tail. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, who would have thought that Ohio State's biggest competition this year in the Big Ten would be Indiana? Which is like, hey, I'm fine with that.
Man.
I'm a fan of this team.
100% with it. Also, Will, what's going on with you, man? He says
Will hopped in.
Yeah, he says the businesses with no business cards. Man, I'm telling you, man, Indiana's the real deal. I'm waiting. Do they play Ohio State this weekend?
Yes, they do.
Ooh, that's
Columbus.
the one to watch. That's the one to watch. Oh my God, dude! I hope they
play
win.
them in Columbus. This is arguably the biggest game in Indiana history in a while. Number 9 Indiana going on the road to play number 3 Ohio State in the Horseshoe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Indiana has not beaten Ohio State since 1988 when they beat them 41-7. It's been a while. It's been a minute.
1988.
Yeah, and before that, it had been since Roosevelt was in office.
So you mean to tell me over the past 100 years they've got 2 wins against this team?
Basically.
My God, that is.
I mean, that's just how it goes with some of these teams.
It feels bad, man. Well, hey, let's make it 3, man. Let's make it 3 this year. I think they can do it. I think that the team.
I think they have a chance.
They're on a roll. Ohio State is obviously having a difficult time with COVID. They're having games get postponed. It's hard to stay in a rhythm whenever games get postponed, which obviously is my concern with A&M.
Last week against Maryland was postponed.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good. The chat's working. Hey, Will. By the way, while you're here, man, Spencer, did you already share to Discord?
I didn't share the link. I just said we were going live.
Oh, okay. I got you. Never mind then. People know where it's at. I was just going to say, I just wasn't sure if people knew. But yeah, man, I mean, Indiana has the stuff. Ohio State is hard to get on a roll with COVID. Yeah. Mike's good. I already checked it.
Yeah, I'm going to check it every time now.
I know.
I'm paranoid about that.
Dude, I get it. But yeah, I mean, Indiana's the real deal. I look forward to this game. It's in Columbus, so what time is the game this weekend?
11 a.m.
Uh-oh.
It'll be right after game day goes off.
Dude, anything can happen.
This would be the perfect time for game day to, like, this would have been the game, but because it's an 11 a.m. kickoff, they're going to Bedlam instead. They're going to Oklahoma State, Oklahoma, which, like, fine, but...
Yeah, fine. I mean, it is going to be a big game.
This is the biggest game of the weekend.
Oklahoma.
But hey, it's the biggest game of the weekend, and it's at 11 o'clock. You can get it over with and go on about your day.
That's exactly right. No, I mean, Oklahoma versus Oklahoma State is going to be good. Oklahoma is better than their record. Always yeah, Oklahoma's better than their record. Oklahoma State's defense is spectacular. They have the best defense of the Big 12, in my opinion. I think in a lot of people's opinions. I apologize. I've been very burpy today. So, yeah, it's going to be a fun game. There's some good ball this weekend. I won't get to watch any of it because I'm going to be working all day Saturday. We're in the process of doing some stuff, so we're doing that. Have I told you about that whole situation, Spitzer?
I think so.
If not, I'll fill you in afterwards. But yeah, we got some stuff we got to do this weekend. Oh, Will, you watching in both places? I was like, we got 5 viewers. That's
Darryl,
fine.
can I tell you about a player?
Tell me about a player, man. I'd love to hear it.
All right. We talk about good names in college football.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Talk about people who have good names. Like currently, there's a man named Bumper Pool who plays for Arkansas.
That's the best thing ever.
Yeah. There's been good names in the history of college football, but I would like to tell you about my favorite one.
All right, let's
hear it.
And
you're going to think I'm lying, but I want you to Google him.
I will.
His name, he has since transferred to play basketball at a different university, but he was an offensive lineman for the Illinois State Redbirds, and his name is Kobe Buffalo Meat.
No. Kobe Buffalo Meat.
Yes, spelled like the basketball player because that's who he was named after.
Stop it. 315, 6'7". Oh, well, hell yeah. That's probably all he eats is buffalo meat. Hold on, let me put it up. Kobe Buffalo Meat.
Yes, that is his real government name.
My man's... I mean, he looks like buffalo meat. Look at this dude.
Yeah, when he was first getting recruited and his name got out there, he was on Ellen. Like,
was really?
This guy got around. Yeah, he was on Ellen.
I can't believe this.
I think he has since transferred from Illinois State to a different university to play basketball. But
you know what this is like? This is like that Key and Peele. This is like that Key and Peele video where they have the goofy football player's name, and the one guy's like, "My name's Quinn Nazatod Business."
Yeah.
I can't believe that's real. That's amazing, dude.
It is.
Buffalo Meat.
I've been meaning to tell you about him for like 4 weeks now.
It's not a stretch how he got his first name.
Yeah.
It's not a stretch how he got his first name, but how did he get his last name?
I have no
How the hell was
idea.
Was it like a
because
joint
last
family?
names are mostly made up, right? So like, who came up with this?
First names are mostly made up. I mean,
all names are made up, but like, we got Smith as a last name because people were blacksmiths.
Yeah, that's true.
And so
how did this guy? How did he get his name?
Where did Buffalo Meat come from?
I guess I'm
genuinely curious.
I guess they were butchers, and back in the day when buffaloes were a source of food for folks. I mean, I guess can you still eat buffalo? Have you tried buffalo before?
Yeah, buffalo is delicious.
The meat, actually. No shit. What does it taste like?
Really good.
What does it taste like? I'm curious now.
It's been a while, so I don't know if I could accurately describe it, but I liked it when I had it. Navroski's used to sell a buffalo burger.
Really? That's so wild. Interesting.
It's good. I like exotic game like that. It's delicious. You ever had rattlesnake?
No, I have not.
Rattlesnake is delicious.
I will tell you, there was one time in high school whenever I think it was like me and Will and Jeremiah and somebody else, and we were dissecting a shark, a baby shark, and the meat of the shark looked delicious. I never would have thought. We opened up this.
Shark is good.
I don't know if it's good or not, but the meat looked amazing. I was like, where do you eat, Spencer? Where do you get all these exotic meats from, bro? You got to hit me with the hookup. What are you doing?
There's just places that serve it. I've had shark.
And you just look through the menu and you're like, what's the most bizarre thing I could get?
Well, I had shark when I was in Australia.
It's like, let me try some stuffed zebra. I like your finest albino quail.
Quail's good.
I know quail is good. I like duck. Duck is really good. It's like
duck
really,
is good.
It's like juicy. It's like chicken but extra juicy. It's really strange.
You ever had rabbit?
I have had a rabbit. Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
Rabbit's good.
You can get. Will says you can get shark in Galveston.
Yeah, my grandfather is in the Knights of Columbus.
Yeah.
At the church.
Yeah.
And every year out here in Winnie, they do a goose gumbo. Goose is really good too.
Hell yeah, dude! That sounds amazing.
It's delicious.
Any birds, really?
But I eat weird stuff. Do you eat calamari? Or
I will eat calamari now. Calamari is pretty tasty.
Have you had octopus?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Tastes the same.
It tastes exactly the damn same. It's the same fibers, same muscle fibers, you know.
Yeah. It's my uncle shared a picture on Facebook the other day. He was like, "Y'all heard of the turducken?"
Yes, turducken.
Thanksgiving, you have a Yeah, I've never had turducken. Like, maybe this year you try to turkraken, and it was a turkey with an octopus in it.
No fucking way! That's amazing.
And like, I don't think it would be that good. Like, I would try it because I like turkey and I like octopus, but I don't think it would taste that good together.
Dude, I would 100% try that. Turkraken. Yeah. That's really good.
It was funny.
Will says, but Spencer, does the goose get you loose? That's a good question. Does it get you loose?
Yeah, it does.
You should loose
is a goose.
Speaking of loose as a goose, Notre Dame's tight end had a hell of a day this weekend. I believe he had 2 touchdowns.
They played Who did
they played Boston College, and Boston College put up a good fight. It was close early. It was 10-10.
They only lost by like what, 2 touchdowns, right?
Yeah. So no, Boston College was in it. Boston College, a very scrappy team this year. The play that we are going to talk about is actually my play of the week, obviously. So we have, obviously, it's Notre Dame, Boston College. It is a second and goal here. What's nice about this play is that it falls apart. They get a really good push up front here. So let me grab my pen. This is man coverage, except for the one free safety back here. This linebacker is going to follow the running back, and then of course it's five defensive line. They're gonna blitz five. Switcher, can you see, by the way? Just want to make sure you can see it on your end.
Yeah, it's good.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's up.
It's 5-on-5 here. So offensive lineman 5, defensive lineman 5. They're going to bring 5, and they're going to get to the quarterback here. Now what's going to happen is that you're going to notice they're on the right hash. So the safety is lined high. They're expecting anything. He's sort of covering anything over here. This side of the field is completely going to be empty here in a moment because the tight end is going to run an in route. You're going to see a go route here. I believe this was I think there's also like a short little in route. And then the running back's going to take it down to the right. Quarterback's going to eventually, at first, he's going to throw it. He's going to want to throw it to the running back, but because it's man, this linebacker stays with him the whole time. So instead, what happens, as we'll see when we play this out, as all the stuff leaves the screen. For a second, he was looking for this running back, but now we're heads up. So there's no reason to throw it here. He's just going to get hit immediately. You could potentially get picked off. The tight end, there's a lot of space here between these two. And so he notices that, so he tries to get loose. And so you're going to see the quarterback almost goes down. The tight end says, oh, wait, I've got to find some space. And he does a really nice thing. He keeps the play alive with the quarterback. He comes back, and he finds this giant side of the field that has nothing going on for it, and boom. That's an easy touchdown just because he has the whole field to himself. And you can see they brought 5 on this play. They had him. So if you go back here right before he throws the ball, look, there's 3 guys after him. 1, 2, 3, just getting ready to murk him. And he just has a clean shot. Again, one of the biggest things as a play caller you have to understand is how to manage sides of the field. If you're on the right hash, understand that you want your play to develop right, and if you can sneak somebody out left, you're going to have something every single time, and the same for vice versa. If you're in the middle of the field, obviously it's a little bit harder to predict what the defense is going to do because suddenly they have to, it's a little bit more difficult as a defense to figure out what the offense is going to do because now you have to sort of cover both sides equally. But in most cases like this, on a play like that develops right, you're going to have your free safety up high to the right. So, yeah, nice little play here. Notre Dame's good. In other news, water is wet. So,
yeah. Speaking of hash marks,
yes,
it bothers me that in the NFL the hash marks are so close together.
Why?
Like in college they're more spread out, but in the NFL they're like close. That bothers me a lot. Cause like if you ever played Madden in NCAA, you can tell that the hash marks in the NFL are closer together than the hash marks in college. And I like that a lot. I don't like it in the NFL because in college you can kind of game it to where like if you're running and you have a good drive going, you can like run hurry up offense and stay on one side, and like you could like stay on the hash that's away from your opponent's sideline so they can't as easily substitute. Mm-hmm. So you could keep going and gas their defense out. Yeah. There's other things you can do with stuff like that, but in the NFL the hash marks are much closer together.
Ooh, really?
Than they are in college, yes.
Hold up.
I'm almost certain of it.
I just looked up a little guide here. Let me get it going and see if this actually explains anything. Yard lines, hash marks. I don't know, man. I think they're the same. End zone.
Not according to Madden and NCAA, but I could be wrong.
Maybe it's just the stadiums you're playing in, man. Because I tell you what, I don't like is how I think is it LSU that has all the every 5 yard line.
I love that. I wish every team did that.
That makes me crazy. It's too much, man. It's crowded. It's ugly to me. Hold on.
You see what you just put up?
Yeah.
That graphic.
Yes.
The college one is further apart. The college hash marks.
The hash marks in the middle of the field are farther apart.
Yes.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, they're farther. I thought you meant from like each other. I was like, no, they only record a yard. Like, yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I didn't.
I never even thought of that. Holy shit.
They're further apart from each other left to right. I didn't explain that well.
No, I see exactly what you're saying. So the pocket for the NFL is smaller. Is what they're saying. Oh, that's so interesting. So you're less likely if you're a quarterback, you are more likely to get intentional grounding in the NFL. In college than in the NFL. Because
I don't know. Because like they talk about, he was outside of the tackle box. I don't know
Well, I
that's
guess
never
you're
been
right
well
because if
defined.
you're lined up on the right hash, right? Like, what is the tackle box then?
Yeah. So I don't know.
Huh.
But it's always kind of bothered me.
Yeah,
I guess in the NFL it's better for kickers because like there's not that much difference.
Yeah, I guess
But
that's
in
true.
college, it's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
So
See, now I'm looking this up.
I didn't explain it. I did not explain it as well as I should have.
Oh, you're fine. Okay, so it's basically hold up, open image, a new tab, zoom way the fuck in. Here we go. Yeah, so the tackle box is this. So it's basically it looks like they draw 10 yards from the line of scrimmage back, and they do 5 yards wide, essentially. And it's sort of it's like the strike zone. Like they don't have a way to sit there and go, this is definitely it, but they sort of give it that, that rough
Also, if
estimate.
there's a receiver in that area, you're not going to get called for ground.
Yeah, exactly. You can't throw it. You can't throw it at a lineman's feet, but you can get away with, a receiver was, over there somewhere. like
your running back could be out there and you could throw it and bounce it off his back and you'd be fine.
Yeah. Will, I know you watched the Cardinals game this weekend. Spencer, you might have saw some of that. I know you saw how it ended.
That DeAndre Hopkins catch, oh my God.
Did you see Kyler Murray on Twitter was like, fuck it, D-hop down there somewhere.
you know he couldn't even look down to see. He had to turn around and watch the Jumbotron because Kyler Murray's so short. He couldn't see what was happening downfield. Yeah, he legit had to turn around and watch Hopkins catch it on the video board.
Oh, that's so wild.
Because he's short. Kyler Murray's tiny.
I think he also got hit though, wasn't he? Like on the ground.
I don't know if he got hit, but he rolled right and chucked it. He rolled left and chucked it.
I just love his like attitude about it. Like fuck it, D-hop down there somewhere.
Funny story about Kyler Murray. Not about Kyler Murray. Somebody said when he scrambles, he looks like a kid that's got something they shouldn't have running away from their parents.
Yeah, it really does. You can't catch me. He's so tiny, right?
Yeah, he's small and he's just got a different running style than everybody else.
You got to give him credit because no one ever doubted that he had the skill to be a quality NFL quarterback, but there were people doubting that he had the size, and I think he certainly proved them wrong. Obviously, it does. I think it is a little bit of a disadvantage to not be able to see quite as well as you would if he was, maybe about 6 inches taller.
But think about all the quarterbacks that they've talked about that are too short. Like, look at Drew Brees. They said he was too short.
They did, yeah.
Look at Russell Wilson. They said he was too short. Mm-hmm. And they're both incredible. So,
yeah.
Like, you don't have to be huge to be. And like, the way I like to, and I've probably said this before, but the way I like to think about that is people look at how tall a quarterback is in the NFL. NFL GMs look at how tall quarterback prospects are the way Vince McMahon looks at big wrestlers. You know
what? You hit the nail on the head with that. You have
exactly.
You have a template of what you want in your quarterback. You want a big, strong, athletic, sit in the pocket, can take a hit, can see over the line. You want someone taller. You want someone with they can throw a strike. You want someone that's
like
calculated,
Tom Brady.
Like Tom.
You want a Tom. You want tall
Tom,
and calculated. That's what you want.
You want a Carson Wentz if Carson Wentz wasn't, ass this year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Did you see the thing I put in our group chat the other day about all the division leading records in the NFL?
The NFC East is a joke.
The NFC least.
The NFC least.
We say this as Cowboys fans. Our division is trash. Our team is trash this year. It was like every other division leader is like 6 and something, 7 and something, 5 and something. Eagles are leading the NFC East 3-6-1.
Mm-hmm. It's damn sad.
There's a realistic chance that the Eagles could go 4 whatever and 1 and host a playoff game.
It's entirely possible.
Chance that happens.
Which I think the Cowboys still have a way to get to the playoffs so they can just get it together, which is sad. What if this was the year? What if somehow this was the year?
I'll take it.
Will says also he just went to a good situation at organization. That's the big thing, man. People don't think about Kyler Murray. He didn't go to the Browns. He didn't go to Manziel Hill. He didn't.
I still think he would have been good if he went to the Browns.
I'm sure he would have, but it was literally the ideal situation for him to go to the Cards. Think about it, man. He already had Larry Fitzgerald. They already had a young athletic receiver, Christian Kirk. You have Cliff Kingsbury there, who wanted him out of college to begin with. Coached
him in college.
Coached him in college. Yeah, exactly. They're on the same wavelength as far as offense goes.
And then you go freaking trade for.
And then you go get D-Hop. I'm telling you, man, these boys, I want to see them go this year. They're a fun team to watch.
That'd be if.
Shut the hell up, Will. Will says, I don't know. My Giants looking strong. Get the fuck out of here, Will. Yeah, man. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, Matt Ryan, those type of guys. That's the stock.
If the Cowboys don't treat Dak Prescott right, I won't watch another Cowboys game until Jerry Jones is gone.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And
man.
probably Stephen Jones too. And I'll probably just be a Cardinals fan or a Saints fan or
I don't think
some team that's not the Cowboys.
I don't think I have an NFL team really. I mean, I root for the Cowboys because my dad does, but I don't think I have a. I just like players. I like Kyler Murray. I like coaches. I
wish I could be like that.
You know,
that's
I just
how I am about the NBA.
Watch golf, dude. Watch golf. That's how it'll be, man. That's how golf is. You watch golf, you're like, oh man, I like Ricky Fowler. I like John Rahm. I like Dustin Johnson. Like you any of those guys win, you're happy. It's a relief. But
I don't know how to read golf scores, but apparently Dustin Johnson kicked hella ass.
Oh my God, Dustin Johnson. I don't know how to read -20 when it comes to a golf score, but apparently that's really good. 20 under par. That means he shot 20 under par over the course of 4 days, which is I'm pretty sure they did say. I think it was a record.
I thought the record they said was like -21.
I think it was. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this, man. Tiger Woods is as great as he is. This might be controversial to say, actually. Tiger Woods is probably the best golfer of all time. And the reason is because he was so exponentially better than the rest of the competition for such a long time. Obviously, he's not the Tiger Woods he was in the past, but he was that good for so long. His prime, his best years were several years. Dustin Johnson is just now coming into his own. He started really getting hot in 2017. But I will tell you this, Dustin Johnson has not been as good as Tiger has for as long as Tiger has. But Dustin Johnson at his best, I think, is better than Tiger at his best. It's just that Dustin Johnson does not have the longevity. He can't play consistently like Tiger used to play that good consistently.
Mm-hmm. So you think Tiger is better than some of the greats that came before him?
Tiger Woods is the best golfer of all time, and that's a fact.
And you have a more informed opinion about that than I do. I like Tiger Woods.
And it's like I said, I mean, you know, that you could nowadays Tiger's not the same as what he was, but in his prime, again, the amount of unbelievably good golf he played for the amount of time he played it. Some people are that good for a tournament or two, then they're off again. That's how golf is. It's a game of highs and lows. No one's ever had a consistent run or as a dominant long run as Tiger Woods did back in his prime.
So Tiger Woods is the Alabama of golf.
Yeah, he's a one-man dynasty. Absolutely. Yeah. I would agree to that statement.
It's like, well, it's kind of like watching when we used to pay attention to like competitive Magic back in the day when we watched the Pro Tours. Mm-hmm. Like you get really invested in players. And I remember that one. You remember Alexander Hayne, right?
I do. Yeah.
Because he was the one that played the Hallelujah deck at that one tournament.
That's right.
And I don't follow competitive Magic anymore like we used to because I only play Commander and there's no point. But I mean there would be a point, but I don't play Standard or any competitive formats. And so there are Magic players that I like, but I don't keep up with their tournament stats anymore. I just follow them on Twitter and whatever.
Yeah, definitely.
So I guess following golf, I guess it'd also be similar if you followed NASCAR. There'd be certain drivers you like. I like Bubba Wallace, but I don't know anything about NASCAR at all.
Yeah.
And so
you just kind of like people if you don't watch it.
Similar.
Yeah. No, I enjoy NFL more now that I play fantasy football, just because it makes me care about certain players more. Although
I'll forever be a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, me too.
Which is I could just be just follow players. I have players I like that don't play for the Cowboys. Obviously, I like Kyler Murray. I like Baker Mayfield.
Honey
I like
Badger.
Jarvis Landry, Odell Beckham. I like Carson Wentz, but he plays for the one team in the league that I don't like.
Carson Wentz.
Yeah, it's freaking ridiculous.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. Well,
So,
let's talk about some games.
can I show you something before we talk about games?
Please, I would love that.
I would like to tell you about another funny mascot. It's not as good as the Okra.
Oh, God. Please give it to me.
Dartmouth College. I believe they are a member of the Ivy League. Does not have an official mascot.
Okay.
So their unofficial adopted mascot is Keggy the Keg.
What? Hold on. Let me look this up. Keggy the Keg. You can't be serious. Oh my God, that's disturbing. Hold up.
This
Keggy.
is an Ivy League school we're talking about, folks.
Oh my God. Look at those eyes.
Keggy the Keg.
My man's looks dead inside, but also very much alive.
I don't like him as much as I like the Okra, but
No,
Keggy the
nothing
Keg
will
is pretty good.
nothing will top the Okra, but this is amazing. Hot damn, you gotta
so
love
many
it.
of those.
You love to see it, man.
Who would win in a fight between the Okra and Keggy the Keg?
I don't know, dude. That's kind of tough to say. It's kind of tough.
Or
to
the
say.
banana slug from UC Santa Cruz?
Oh my God, we have to do a mascot thing. We were talking about doing a mascot showdown stream at some point.
I still have that in my notes on my computer.
Dude, that's happening at some point. But instead, we're doing it for.
We're gonna find all the weird mascots.
What the fuck is this? 10 weirdest college football mascots. Oh no, here we go. Oh no, the road.
Well, I might be, but about
Stop
to learn
it!
about one. I don't know.
Stop it! Is this screen up? Hold up. Did y'all see what I just saw? Spencer.
I didn't see it yet.
Oh, I just found a gem. I wish there were more people to see what I'm about to show you. We might get fucking banned from YouTube for this. It's actually a little NSF dub.
Really? It's a college mascot, and it's.
Hey, it's fine, right? Whatever. I won't show it too long, but let me just search it up real quick. I found a top 10 list of weirdest college mascots. Hold on. What's a somewhat appropriate one? Here we go. Yeah, this is no, I don't want to save it. God, no. I just want to open a new tab. Open a new tab. Here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you. Wait, hold on. What was it again? I present to you the Rhode Island School of Design mascot, Scrody the Nads.
What? Sounds like a pirate. Is this a scrotum? Is that really?
No,
there?
look at the screen. Watch the screen. It should be up here in just a second.
Is this just a pair of balls and a mascot suit?
I mean, it might be. Did I hit
It
the
hasn't
button?
come up yet.
There it is. I can't believe it's real. You see that?
Oh my god.
Scrody
Their
the
mascot
Nads.
is a penis. That's hilarious.
I mean, it had to be done, right? That was number 1 on the list. Like that, we hadn't even got to the other 9. What the hell could the other ones be?
So what are the other 9? If you're not talking about the banana slugs, the keg, or the okra.
What? What? This is a real thing? Hold on a minute. So now we have to go down this stupid rabbit hole. I swear, this is the best part of our show, I think. Looking up these
We don't
random...
have that many games to talk about, so we can talk about weird mascots.
Yeah, that's fine. Spencer, do you know what a geoduck is?
A gooey duck?
A gooey duck, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a penis, but it's got a shell on the end of it. It's like
Yeah, I will I will show just a quick
it's a
sneak
big sea
peek.
penis.
Stop
It looks
trying
like
to
a
say-
sea cucumber.
It looks like a Aquaman's wang
It is an aquatic animal.
with
That-
feelings.
Is very phallic shaped.
How did you call it, Spencer?
A gooey duck.
This is a gooey duck, folks. Read and weep. It's coming out of a shell. It's a real thing. Does it look like a giant horse wong? Absolutely. So Evergreen State College, they have that. They
Where is Evergreen State College?
Evergreen State College gooey ducks. And I accidentally
great.
closed out of the tab. We're gonna go down that rabbit hole again later. Here's the gooey duck mascot. He's just straight up. We're gonna go down this rabbit hole another day because I accidentally
Gooey
clicked
duck
out of the tab.
looks like a big aquatic penis.
That's 100% what it is. Let me go ahead and get the Wong off the screen. All right. So we've had our fun with that.
Speaking of aquatic penises, let me tell you a funny story. There.
Oh, I can't wait to hear how you managed to make this a segue, you son of a bitch.
So, you are familiar with a conch shell, right?
I am, the mystical conch from SpongeBob.
Okay, that word is universally mispronounced.
Okay.
It's supposed to be pronounced kunk.
Kunk.
Because there's an animal that lives inside that shell that you can eat.
Oh.
It's like a snail. It's like a big snail type animal. And
why do you know this?
There's a body part on the kunk called the pistil, which is essentially the kunk's penis.
No way.
It's this long, clear, like, it looks like a piece of snot. Like, you ever had a long piece of snot? That's kind of what is clear.
You lost me.
And you can eat that, and it's
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
It's supposedly it's the strongest aphrodisiac in the world. I'm serious. If you know what aphrodisiacs are.
I do.
And kunk pistol is like numero uno on the list.
A kunk.
A kunk pistol.
Honey, hang on a minute. I'm gonna pull my kunk pistol out.
And it's just a clear piece of like membrane, and you can eat it.
So let me get this straight. You can absorb another animal's penis and make your own penis stronger.
Basically. I don't know about make your own penis stronger, but it'll make you horny. And for folks that don't know what aphrodisiacs are, it's food that makes you horny.
So you mean to tell me
we have taken a wild turn on this show.
I can take this sea slug, I can rip its penis off, I can down the penis, and then 10 minutes later, just boom, immediately, I'm ready to go.
I don't know how quick it works, but
what if it was really that fast though? It was like fast acting to acting. All right, let's move on with the Thursday stream.
Welcome to the aquatic penis podcast.
The underwater dong podcast. Okay, let's talk some games. We'll start out with,
because this is a college football podcast after all.
Absolutely.
We have veered off into the unreal.
We gotta keep things the way they are. Okay, here's a fun one, my dude. We got a little Pac-12 game for you, a little late night action, a little 9:30, little USC Trojans, number 20, going to visit the Utes. The Utes haven't played a single damn game yet, and they're coming off that big loss. Do what?
They've had all their shit get canceled.
Yep,
and they're like 4 games.
Yep, and they're coming off of a kind of embarrassing bowl loss after being like number 6 against Texas last year, coming off a bad bowl loss.
They got walloped by Texas.
They got walloped. It was 38-10.
Remember last year when everybody's like, oh, Utah's got the best defense in the country, and then Oregon and Texas just walloped them back-to-back games?
Press X to doubt. Yeah, no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Utah was a little bit hollow last year. But yeah, they got USC going to Utah. It's going to be in Salt Lake City. So yeah, who you got in this one, man?
USC, and it's not close at all.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be interesting to see if Utah is able to come out.
I like Keaton Slovis, the quarterback for USC. Mm-hmm. He's a good quarterback.
Yep.
USC just always has weapons. They always have athletes.
Yes, they do.
USC's played one game against Arizona State, which they should have lost, but Arizona State screwed the pooch on that one and let them win by a point.
Now they are.
I think Herm Edwards is down there building a good program at Arizona State. Shout out to the Harris Highlights podcast because those boys go to Arizona State.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, I think this is USC, and I don't think it's close.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Utah obviously is going to be very fresh, but they're also going to be very rusty after coming off. And when your first game is in November, how do you even? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is going to be a very bizarre year for them. I think USC's ready, but we're going to see what happens. I think Utah will make a push late, but I think by then it's going to be too late.
If this season wasn't messed up by COVID, we'd be talking about USC as one of the top 4 teams in the country. They would be in the top 5.
You really think so, huh?
I think this team's that good.
Interesting.
And like USC is always in that conversation. Like, oh, was USC going to be good? And it's like USC's kind of got on my nerves in the past, where they're like, oh, USC's going to be good this year, and then they suck.
Mm-hmm.
But then like, they go against the team that should win, that like is doing good in the Pac-12, like a Utah or an Oregon or an Arizona State, and it's like they should lose that game, but they just dominate out of nowhere. They are the season interrupters of the Pac-12.
Yeah.
They're the Mississippi State of the Pac-12.
Yeah, I totally agree with that vibe. Yeah, I'm with you. It's a bummer.
Legitimately, I think they're back to where they're going to get some athletes. They're getting some recruits.
Well,
and so
yeah, I mean they have had some pretty solid recruiting classes. So you never know. I mean, any of these teams that are pulling consistent top 10 recruiting classes are always right there. They're getting good players. They're running good programs to be able to pull these kids in. So we'll see what happens. Next, we have Oklahoma State. This is going to be the game day game. Oklahoma State, the Cowboys are going to visit the Sooners in Norman. It's going to be a 6:30 game. Should be a fun one, man. Who you got in this one?
I think it's going to be close.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a good game. This game's always good. These teams, it's a rivalry game. These two teams are going to play each other close. We haven't really paid much attention to Oklahoma since
since the Texas loss.
Yeah. Well, they beat Texas, and then they.
Oklahoma, right?
Yeah. So they we haven't really paid much attention to them. They're the down year. Spencer Rattler, he's a good quarterback. He's still young. I think I'm going to take the Cowboys in this one, just because I think I like their defense. I think their defense is going to be able to rattle Spencer Rattler. Pardon the pun.
I like it. Very solid.
I think they're going to be able to get after Spencer Rattler, and I think Spencer Rattler is going to throw 2 interceptions and something like that. I do think it's still close, though, because it is a rivalry game. So give me the Cowboys by 10.
Okay. All right. I'm with it. Vegas, for the record, Vegas has OU by 7. ESPN's little thing has 75% chance OU is going to win. And I
disagree with that.
I get it. I'm taking OU here. Oklahoma State, their defense is very solid. There's no doubt about that, and they have shown that whenever they can keep a team to a reasonable score, things are fine. Their wins, there was K-State only allowing 18 points, 21 against Iowa State, 7 against Kentucky, 13 against West Virginia. When their defense is in the game and they can keep the game the pace they want, they're very dominant. But against Texas, you saw how much they struggled. It was hard keeping up. And I mentioned that before they even played Texas. It was a matter of, is the pace of the game going to be dominated by Oklahoma State, or is it going to be dominated by Texas? And the pace was Texas the entire time. Whenever Oklahoma State has to play catch up, or they have to go, punch, they have to play boxing and play tennis and go back and forth. It throws them off. They'd like to get up. They like to stay ahead. They'd like to run out clock. Points per game is 28 for them right now. They're averaging. Oklahoma's 46. 28, I think, is like second to last in the Big 12 behind Kansas.
And that's a low Big 12 score.
That's a low Big 12 score. So this is a team that really depends on the defense. I do think you're right. I think Spencer Rattler's probably going to throw a pick or two, but I think Oklahoma has too much firepower, so I'm taking the Sooners here.
All right. I like it.
Let's see. Who we got? Well, we know what's going to happen in that one. Let's just make them quick. Georgia hold on. I had the wrong button. Okay, I did it backwards, but that's fine. Georgia going to visit the Bulldogs. Mississippi State going to visit the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs going to visit the Bulldogs. Mississippi State and Georgia, they're going to be in Athens, number 13. Who you got in this one, man? Shouldn't be complicated.
Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia is going to be pretty dominant this game.
Georgia's not good and Mississippi State's bad, so I'll take not good over bad every time.
And I think Georgia is good. I think that Florida just is the real deal.
Oh, yeah, Florida's definitely the real deal.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia's just not at the caliber they need to be.
No, not quite.
For all the recruits they get, they are not playing up to snuff.
Yeah, they are. They're falling a little bit flat. Number 10, Wisconsin, going to visit the Wildcats of Northwestern. They're both undefeated, 2-0 Badgers, 4-0 Wildcats. It's going to be a 2:30 game on ABC. Who you got in this one?
I like this Northwestern team. The last time they were 4-0 in Big Ten play, their head coach was playing for them. He was a player.
Wow.
1997 was the last time they were 4-0.
Man.
They are newly in the top 25. So yeah, Northwestern, if they keep playing well, they have a shot to make it to the Big Ten title game, which would be lovely to see. They did make it like 2 or 3 years ago against Ohio State, and they got absolutely walloped, which a lot of teams do against Ohio State. Wisconsin, they had that one really good game. Their quarterback came out. He was 20 of 21 for so many yards and like 4 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had like 3 games canceled, and they just played the other day. Or they finally got another game in, and they won it.
Yeah, they walloped Michigan.
Yeah, they beat the brakes off of Michigan, but Michigan's bad. I think this game's close. But I'm going to pick Northwestern. I'm going to go with the Wildcats because I believe they are in the Northwestern is at home. Mm-hmm. And Northwestern always plays good against Wisconsin at home. They won recently, I think in 2018 against Wisconsin at home. So I'm going to go with Northwestern simply because they have more games under their belt. And I think Wisconsin's good, but I think they're going to be a little bit rusty.
Yeah, I'm with you. I do see where you're coming from. I'm going to take Wisconsin here. I know they obviously haven't played as many games. Northwestern is probably a little closer to what you would call, like a mid-season form. But Wisconsin's just been too dominant. I think their defense is better. I think their offense is better. I think all around they're just a better team. Northwestern's had some favorable matchups. I do think it'll be fun. I do think it'll be close. I think this is a game.
Yeah, I think this will be a very fun game to watch.
Yeah, this is one you should definitely be watching. But give me Wisconsin in a close one. I bet it comes down to like a last-minute field goal.
But yeah, Wisconsin, freaking Northwestern being undefeated is fun to see.
Yes,
Purdue
yes, it
is
is.
also still undefeated.
Isn't that just so wild? Here's one of special intrigue. Cincinnati, the Bearcats, going to visit the UCF Knights. UCF obviously not as dominant this year as they have been in the past. They got off to a bit of a rough start, but they have been rolling ever since that Memphis game. And even that was a pretty close loss. And of course, Cincinnati, 7-0, 5-0 in conference. These boys are for real. But this should be a pretty close game. Who you got?
Obviously, they're going to be at home. UCF, Dylan Gabriel, very capable quarterback. UCF still has talent. They still have a bunch of ball players on their team. Going up against, the best team in the American Conference this year, Cincinnati. And, they are going to be in Orlando. They're going to be in the bounce house, but I'm going to take Cincinnati. I don't think this game is close. Cincinnati's really good. Cincinnati's defense is really good. And Cincinnati's just been stomping the chocolate out of people. So.
Yes, they have. No, their defense is very dominant. UCF has been putting up a lot of points, but they're having a hard time sort of keeping that distance. Their defense has not really let them stay out in front as much as they would like to be.
I think Cincinnati's defense gets a couple of stops and Cincinnati can just take off.
Yeah,
which is what Cincinnati needs to be doing right now. Because if you're a non-Power 5 team, you need to win games. You need to win them by a bunch of points, which is why there was a bunch.
Oh, you froze. Hold up.
And did I freeze?
Yeah, you froze.
You froze too.
Yeah, it's all good. Try it again. Say what you said.
Cincinnati needs to be winning games, and they need to win them by a bunch of points.
Yeah, they need to prove that they're dominant.
This past week against East Carolina, they were up by 30 points. They were up 32 points. They were at 42-10 with 7 and some change left in the fourth quarter, and they ran a fake punt.
That's a man's team right there.
Yeah, and the coaches had a long conversation at the end, and I think the final score was 55-17. And so Cincinnati just
55-17.
And you're gonna hurt some feelings. You might step on some hands, but if you want a legit shot at making the playoff and you're in the American or
you got to respect the fight for your team.
Yeah, you gotta score points, and you gotta be not only they were playing maybe not as great of a schedule, but they were stomping people.
Yeah, you have to create that feel of this team is hurting teams. This team is coming out and they're being dominant, even if you don't have the schedule you would like. I mean, you got the win against SMU, who was number 16 at the time.
SMU just lost to Tulsa. They were upset by Tulsa.
Yeah, so SMU is a little bit slippy right now. But yeah, I mean, Cincinnati's a great team. Their defense is for real. This is going to be a really good test for them. So I think if they can win very dominantly here, you like their chances moving on. And this is only going to help them.
And I don't want to say this because obviously we're both fans of A&M, but I think with A&M missing 2 games in a row, I think they're going to fall in the rankings, which is good for teams like Cincinnati and BYU.
Mm-hmm.
But we need somebody like Clemson to lose. We need
a big loss
Clemson
like
to
that.
lose. We need Alabama to lose. Like if they want a legit shot at the playoff,
yes,
we need top 10 upsets, top 5 upsets.
Mm-hmm.
And number 5 is off this week. And I don't think number 6 is going to lose because Florida's playing Vanderbilt. So
yeah. Oh my God, could you imagine that upset?
Oh my goodness. I mean, they're going to be in Nashville, and Vanderbilt almost beat them a few years ago.
Well, this game,
Florida's the real damn deal this year.
In the grand scheme of things, this game does not really matter, but it matters to you, and it matters to some folks that I know. The Tigers, LSU, going to visit the Arkansas Razorbacks. It's going to be
playing Arkansas this week.
It's going to be.
I didn't even know we were on the schedule.
It's going to be. This is the kind of year it's been.
I legitimately did not.
It's going to be at Fayetteville. LSU looks like the favorites here. Vegas has them at a 2.5 point spread. But Arkansas
is wrong.
Even in their losses this year, Arkansas has looked like we're not going to get walked all over. Sam Pittman's done a great job with this program. LSU obviously is
SEC Coach of the Year.
Yes, I totally agree. LSU's been sliding. They had the embarrassing loss to Auburn. Mizzou beat them. Mississippi State beat them. When we found out Mississippi State is actually a nobody, it's tough to say what is going to happen in this game.
But who does that say more about? I think that says a lot more about LSU than it does about Mississippi State. The fact that they came in and beat the number 6 in the country, defended champs the first week, and they haven't won a game since. That says a lot more about LSU than it does about Mississippi State.
That's that does kind of hurt to think about. That's a tough pill to swallow. But yeah, man, I would tell you just right off the bat, man, I have Arkansas here. I think they're scrappy. I think they pull it out.
LSU's not winning this game.
No, I think LSU can win this game. I think they have the pieces to win this game, but I think they're still putting it together. It's hard to regroup after losing Joe Burrow. It's hard to regroup after losing your DC. It's hard to regroup after losing your OC.
Look at all
the whole staff has changed.
Like our whole offense got drafted.
Yes,
like,
so this is
bounce back from that.
This is a big down year.
Quarterback TJ Finley's good, but yeah, I think it'll be close, but I think Arkansas wins. They're going to be in Fayetteville. They haven't beat LSU in a while.
Yep.
I think it's been like 5 years, 4 or 5 years maybe.
Yep.
So yeah, the Hogs.
Go Hogs, man.
Also, shout out to my classmate Sheldon Lee, who was part of Arkansas's media team. He just got picked up by LSU's media team.
Oh, hell yeah. Good for him, man. That's fantastic.
Went to Baton Rouge, so he's doing stuff for them now.
That's a fun gig, man, being able to travel with the team.
I would love to do what he does.
Oh, dude, that's so much fun.
But he's like all sports. He's not just football. He's everything.
Yeah.
So he was just doing a photo shoot with the baseball team on Instagram. So
yeah. This one, Spencer, should not be complicated, but because we live in 2020 and because you never know what can happen, Clemson going to visit the Seminoles of Florida State. They're going to Tallahassee. Does Florida State score in this game?
Yes.
They do? They do. Okay. Yeah, it's do you think it'll be close? Do you think, I mean, obviously I'm pretty sure you're going to take Clemson here, but
I am going to take Clemson, but I do think this game is close. Clemson, watch out.
Trevor Lawrence will be back.
Trevor Lawrence will be back.
I'm being
Clemson,
told.
watch out in this game. You're playing Florida. You're highly ranked. You're playing Florida State. Florida State's got a quarterback now. Florida State's been they were kind of bad. They're still kind of bad, but they're on the upswing. Florida State can be dangerous. Watch out, Clemson.
Their defense has been suffering. I mean, in their last 3 games, they've allowed at least 38 points. And then we're talking to NC State, Pitt, and Louisville. I mean, these are teams that are good, obviously, but these are teams that you should be able to hold down. And they just have been losing dominantly. So I'm taking Clemson here as well. I don't think it's close. But, boy, wouldn't it be something if somehow Florida State hung in there and made it fun.
This feels like a trap game for Clemson. Even though they already lost their game to Notre Dame, they're still in the top 4. So
yeah. And now, my boy,
going to have to play Notre Dame again.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right, and that'll be fun. I hope they take each other out somehow. I don't know. I need neither one to get in the playoff, even though we know it's totally gonna happen. Alrighty.
One of them is going to be in the playoff for sure.
Yeah, you're right. 11 a.m. game.
Crazy stuff happens.
Yes, 11 a.m. game. This is going to be the biggest game of Indiana's life this year. They're going to visit the Buckeyes. It's going to be at Ohio Stadium in Columbus. It's going to be a cold bitch that day. Not looking forward to this one if I'm an Indiana fan, but potentially could be very happy after this game because Indiana, I feel like, does have a chance to win. They're 4-0. They've been allowing less points per game than Ohio State has, although their offense is not near as prolific. So who you got, man?
You know, we talked about Indiana. I like Indiana. I like this Indiana team. I like Michael Penix Jr. Obviously, he had a great play against Penn State. Their first game of the season. That play was great. He was on our thumbnail this week just because I couldn't find a cool picture of the 1988 game between these two teams.
Oh, well, that'd be nice.
The last time Indiana. There was one, but it was really blurry, so I didn't put it on the thumbnail. So I just found a good one of Michael Penix. I think Indiana's defense has been playing well. Obviously, they're not allowing that many points. Their defense has been playing well, but the couple games I've watched from Michael Penix, sometimes he's on and sometimes he's off. He's a little bit inconsistent sometimes. And then you look at Ohio State, and they just don't have that many flaws. Like, Justin Fields is playing great. Their defense is playing good. They have athletes like crazy. I like Indiana.
Michael Penix Jr. Michael Penix Jr. kind of reminds me of what's his face from Texas the last year. So you said, yeah, again, on days, off days.
Yeah,
brilliant when he's on, but
I like Indiana. I'm going to be cheering for Indiana in this game. I want them to win, but I think Ohio State wins, and I don't think it's close. Like, I think Indiana plays well in the first quarter, not even the first quarter, keeps it close, and then one play is going to change the game. Like, Indiana's going to throw an interception, and then boom, floodgates are open, and Ohio State takes off. Like, I really want Indiana to win this game, to knock Ohio State out of the top 3, out of the top 4, so other teams can keep moving up. But I don't think Indiana has the juice. Like,
interesting, because I was like, man, he's gonna take the upset like he always does.
And it would be, and yeah, I've been big on taking upsets this year, but I just don't see this one happening.
No,
like, I want it to happen, but I don't see it happening.
I'm with you. I can see the game going that exact script. You know, like they get down maybe 3. You know, it's like 17-14. They're coming back. Oh, pick 6, and then they just can't. They come back out and they come back out and kick, and then Ohio State goes and scores again. I don't see it happening. Yeah. Yeah,
I like the program that Tom Allen is building in Indiana. I'm excited about the future of Indiana football. They've made me a fan this year. They'd probably be my T-shirt team of the year, them or ULL. Remember ULL?
Yeah.
You remember them? They're still playing football.
It feels like forever ago.
Yeah. But Indiana would definitely be my T-shirt or hat, ball cap team of the year.
Yeah.
So I genuinely hope Indiana wins this game, but I don't think they do. I'm going to be cheering for them. So if it's close, you might hear me yelling from my living room.
I believe in Cinderella stories. I'm taking Indiana in this one. I think that Ohio State is a better team, but I also think that Michael Penix Jr.
is going to be a little too small.
I think that when Indiana is on, more importantly, when Michael Penix Jr. is on, I think they're really hard to stop. I think they're a charismatic team. They can go out there. They go for 2-point conversions. They try to capture lightning in a bottle. This is a team that can do it. It's going to be hard to do it against Penn State and then also against Ohio State. We know Penn State is not who we thought they were, but now Indiana is rolling. They're beating teams. They're playing well. They're still undefeated. That win wasn't nothing. I think this is a game where maybe 8 or 9 times out of 10 Ohio State wins, but I think on this particular day, an 11 a.m. game, in 2020,
that's the time. I also think the time is going to play a big factor.
Absolutely. I'm taking Indiana here. I think it's a great game. I think Indiana's down until like the 4th quarter. I think they hang back, and then around the 4th quarter, they finally take the lead and they win it. I'm taking Indiana here. Quote me, B.
I respect the pick. I really do. I wish I could see it because I thought about taking Indiana too. I want them to win the game, but it's hard to pick against Ohio State.
It really is. But boy, wouldn't that just set the world ablaze?
But this does feel like that one game. Like, even though Indiana is number 9, they're undefeated. Ohio State's number 3, they're undefeated. If Indiana wins this game, that would be an upset.
Yes.
Because of where Indiana is historically.
Absolutely.
And where Ohio State is. This would be an upset. Even though they're both in the top 10, this would definitely be an upset.
This would be a true upset from top to bottom. It wouldn't be like a team that, like when Notre Dame beat
Clemson,
that wasn't an upset. That was like this is a close game, and we were expecting.
Even if they were right next to each other, like if Ohio State was 5 and Indiana was 6, and Indiana beat Ohio, I still consider that an upset.
I would too.
Because you have to look at the histories of these two teams.
Well, and it's
where they've been.
And when you're in the Big Ten like that, it's easy to climb rankings to a certain point and still not be able to take down Ohio State. They're just their own baby, So,
but like, look at the teams in the Big Ten this year. Like, you at the beginning of the year, you look, okay, the 3 teams in the Big Ten are going to be Ohio State, Michigan, and Penn State. And now it's Ohio State, Indiana, and Northwestern.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so if Northwestern keeps playing well, I mean, and also Wisconsin, but Wisconsin's only played 2 games, and I don't know if Wisconsin's going to be eligible for the Big Ten championship. So I'm just talking strictly on teams that are eligible. Like, Wisconsin's always near the top, but here's Indiana and Northwestern. Would it be? I think they're in the same division. But would it be great if it was Indiana versus Northwestern in the Big Ten championship? That'd be lovely.
I'd adore that. That's great.
That would be great. So
I just we've been begging for the longest time for something different to happen in college football.
This year's been the most different year, so
it's been hella different.
Maybe 2020 is going to give Indiana some magic, and this does feel like that game that Ohio State's going to come up against, like 2017 against Iowa, 2018 against Purdue. The game they lose that they should not lose, like they should stomp them, but they just get.
I'm telling you, man, Ohio State is always due one.
I don't think Indiana's gonna get. They're not gonna like crush them like Iowa.
No.
But or think about what 2015 when Michigan State beat them.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
it's gonna
Ohio State's due for one.
It's going to be one of those, I promise you. I'm taking Indiana, and I'm incredibly confident in it, man. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen.
So
you heard it here first. And if they win, I'm gonna clip it and put it on Facebook.
Good. I hope you do.
Yeah, man. So I'm about to die. My throat is killing me. I streamed before this and then immediately talked another hour, and I just.
Yeah, I had water.
I'm out of water.
I have water.
See you.
But I'm about to go cook some chicken wings and watch Lucifer.
Oh, Lucifer! You were telling me that show's pretty good.
It's really good. You need to watch it.
Is it actually about Lucifer?
Yeah, like it's called Lucifer because he's literally the devil.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but he's like he's not a detective, but he works with the Los Angeles Police Department, and like there's like magic and angels and demons and stuff, but.
Well, shit, I gotta give it a watch, man.
The theology is all wrong if you know anything about theology, but it's a fun show.
Well, I may have to give it a try.
And the actor who plays Lucifer, Tom Ellis, is a handsome individual.
Well, because he's the devil. The devil's supposed to be like enchanting and tempting and shit. So.
But like in real life, he is an attractive human being.
He's a sexy fucker, huh?
Mm-hmm. Anyway, I got some cool uniforms to tell you about.
Oh yeah, that's right. We have uniform. I was like, we have one more segment, don't we? Hit me, dude.
I had 2. I'm gonna do one because I had some new ones that just popped up on me. The Oregon Ducks.
Ooh.
When was the last time we mentioned their name in some uniforms?
Ooh.
I'm wearing some uniforms this weekend. They're calling the Ohanas, which means family for those of you who.
Ohanas, celebration of culture.
And they have
oh, I see it.
Hawaiian inspired, Polynesian inspired logos and branding on their uniforms this weekend. They're still black and they're green and they're yellow.
Dude, they look like a superhero suit, dude.
They really do.
Look at
and
this.
The wings on the helmet have different have the same kind of pattern. But there's a lot of men who are of Polynesian Hawaiian descent who play for Oregon. Most notably of those being Marcus Mariota, who won the Heisman for them. So
just in case you forgot.
Yeah, there's a lot of people from Hawaii who play for teams on the West Coast, and there's a lot of people of Hawaiian descent who play for Oregon, and
amazing.
So they're wearing uniforms. They look really good.
It looks amazing. And that was one. You had another one?
Yeah, Louisville's wearing some throwbacks this weekend.
Bill.
They announced these eons ago, but they look very similar to the ones Rutgers wore last year with those long sleeves.
Do you have a particular name for it or anything? Goes retro?
No.
You said it's the throwback?
Yeah. It's just like some like tan colored pants and a solid colored white helmet.
All right. Well, I'm trying to get to pull
by a
up.
car.
I am attempting to get it to pull up. It's.
I think that's the only ones I got. I didn't see any others.
I mean, honestly, you spoiled me with the Oregon ones. Those were so clean, my dude.
Yeah.
I can't find them. I want to look at this again. Oh.
Yeah. The Louisville ones they're not like crazy impressive. They're just a white helmet with a red stripe and just basic jerseys.
They sound lovely. But I just want
that like tan colored pants for whatever reason.
I just want to feast my eyes on these other ones.
Those Oregon jerseys look really good.
I do want to find this Louisville one.
Louisville
I like always does something.
And I like how on the Oregon jerseys the Nike logo is in the middle and the Oregon O logo is on the chest. It's flipped. Normally the O is on the collar.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's usually swapped.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know if you're going to be able to find a Louisville one.
Dude, I'm trying, man. Would it be on their Twitter?
Yeah, it'll be on their Twitter.
Louisville equipment. Here we go.
Yeah. I follow so many equipment pages on Twitter.
I know you do. As you should.
It's like football. It's like college football and Magic. That's it. That's all I'll follow.
That's you in a nutshell, man. Oh, man. These helmets are kind of interesting.
Yeah. And like I also I was following a bunch of like reporters and like journalists because I was keeping up with the election.
Oh, sure. I get that. These helmets have like a little circle where the ear hole is. And usually it's just a slit, but they have like a hole painted on there as like a nod to sort of how the
leather helmets from back in the
leather helmets. That's so freaking cool, man.
And I don't know if they're wearing long sleeves or he just has on like an undershirt.
Considering the time of year, they probably are wearing long sleeves.
Well, they might be because I know Rutgers did those long sleeve jerseys last year. And I just thought these looked neat.
I like football.
They're very basic.
Yeah, I'm with it though. I'm with it. I'm 100% behind it.
Yeah, and they've got like the
oh
pants
shit,
like
Trey's here.
Color. What's up, Trey?
What's poppin', my dude?
Welcome to the Game Day Aquatic Penis podcast.
Yeah, man, you missed the whole aquatic penis thing.
You're gonna have to.
Will says, well, we learned about a keg demon, Sex Pistol, and a neat, clean Oregon jersey. Yeah. Hold up, I could find this for you real quick. Let me find you the latest. We gotta
show him Keggy.
We gotta show him Keggy. Hold up, let me get these guys pulled up. So we have Geoduck, Scrody the Nads, the Gooey Duck.
Trey, if you thought the okra was horrifying, wait until you find out about Keggy the Keg and Scrody the Nads.
All right, here we go. First of all, what the hell is this one? There's a tree eating girls. Okay, I'm just gonna not say it out loud. Here we go, Keggy the Keg. Open image and new tab. What do you think of that? You like that shit? Look at that. Look at that dead. That face is he's dead inside.
Dartmouth.
Dude. Look at that.
That mascot is for an Ivy League school because they do not have an official.
Yeah, that's their
mascot.
That's their unofficial mascot. That's gonna show up in your nightmares tonight, dude. That's gonna happen.
Those two. That's gonna be fighting the okra, and you're gonna be strapped to a chair and be forced to watch.
I hope it's actually on screen. I didn't even show it yet. Hold on. I just realized I got to do this. There's Keggy the Kegs. Trey. Here's Keggy, the unofficial mascot of Dartmouth. And there he is. That's going to show up in your nightmares tonight. Hope you like what you see. The eyes, the teeth. The teeth are what do it for me, man. It's very Courage the Cowardly Dog. And then, of course, we have Scrody the Nads. This is the mascot for... Who is it again?
Rhode Island something.
College... yeah.
Or New Hampshire.
One of those. I don't know. It might be like a community college. I don't know, but that's him. He is straight up a Wong. And, of course, we have the gooey duck, which is a real creature. It straight up looks like a sea penis. Trey says, Jesus. Yeah, it looks like a straight up Wong of the ocean. And there is a straight up mascot. It's the, who is it? The Evergreen State College Speedy the Gooey Duck. Open image, new tab, and here we are. Yeah, there he is, the gooey duck. He's got a duck on his end there.
An aquatic, phallic-shaped object.
Keggy does look like a Cuphead boss. I totally agree with that, Trey. So yeah, that's what we're dealing with tonight. It's been fun. Yeah, I know, Trey. There's a lot of shit that we talked about, man. Today was really more of a mascot podcast than a football podcast. It was fun. We had a good time.
There's not that many games happening.
We had a couple to talk about, but they're all kind of foregone conclusions because most of our fun games got postponed. Except for one.
Yeah.
I want an evergreen shirt. Me too, man.
A gooey duck shirt. I still want to Fear the Okra shirt. We got to make that happen.
Dude, that needs to happen. Well, boys.
We got to get that, and we got to get Keggy and the banana slug from UC Santa Cruz.
Yeah. There's so many great mascots out there, man.
So many good ones.
I am so tired. I spent all day between work. I was video editing, and then as soon as I got off work, I streamed to Twitch, and then now I'm here with you, and I feel like my throat needs to be replaced. I need a throat replacement. Am I talking too much?
That they've done to someone.
They just do like a Mortal Kombat, just to get over here, and then they take your freaking throat and put another one in.
Yeah, that's They said, "What is all of this?"
I know. Yeah. All right, man. Well, you go cook your stuff. You said you're gonna make some gumbo.
No, I'll make some wings.
Oh fuck yeah, dude.
I don't even know if I'm gonna cook them. I gotta clean my fryer.
Yeah, that is a bitch, man. I hate having to clean stuff.
And I already ate my Alfredo.
Ooh.
I had some leftover Alfredo from last night, so.
Delicious. Well, it's been fun, boys. Take care of yourselves. Have a lovely weekend. I will probably stream on Sunday a game or something. I'm not sure yet. So, guys, take care. Spencer, any closing remarks?
Will, if you're still here, I'm about to message you and ask you a question.
Bet. All right.
But no, I ain't got nothing else.
Y'all be good. As always, thank you for joining the show. Like the video, share the video, subscribe, comment, all that good shit. And we will see you on the flip side.
Yes, sir.